recognition of this, we have earlier resolved to adopt modern techniques in our development roadmap. This includes the formulation of the medium-term sector strategy for some key MDS, medium-term expenditure framework, multi-year budgeting, and further development of USARA. The adoptions of these reforms are intended to reorient our ways of doing things, make them result-based and geared towards attainment of intended objectives and goals. This will gradually but surely instill attitudinal changes, ensure effective policy formulation, resource allocation, performance tracking, and budget discipline. It will also pave way to effective policy directing, compliance, and implementation of our planned programs in line with modern best practices. As a step to achieve the desired objectives, we have, as part of our reform program, adopted the provisions of the International Public Sector Accounting Standards, culminating in the development of standard chart of accounts by the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning that is IPSAS compliant. Furthermore, state local government implementation committee was set up to ensure adoption of its provisions by the two tiers of government in the state. The objective is to improve the quality of general purpose financial reporting by public sector entities, leading to better informed assessment of the resource allocation decisions made by government. The benefits of this are to increase transparency, accountability, improve service delivery, aggregate reporting, confidence building, and above all, ensure availability of information and comparability in financial reporting. In continuation of our resolution to embrace reform efforts and best practices, the budgetary proposals for the 2014 fiscal year are geared towards achieving the overall goals of USARA and the Millennium Development Goals, with the political will and commitment to ensure that budget and public spending in general are appropriately geared towards realization of the set targets. In order to achieve the stated objectives, the ministry will benefit from provision of motorbikes, ICT equipment, construction of new office complex, in addition to printing of documents and manpower development and training of the budget and planning staff. To consolidate the benefits realized so far in that direction, the ministry is directed to step up capacity enhancement of planning officers and complete the pooling of all relevant human resources under the ministry. Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance is charged with the responsibility of managing the utilization of public funds in addition to advising government on financial resources control. I am happy to note that the reform measures for financial management introduced earlier by administration have all been complied with and will continue to be implemented with new modifications. I am also glad to emphasize that the reform efforts we have initiated on public finance management have been recognized both nationally and internationally by our development partners and commended to have conformed to international best practices. For this, we shall continue to be proud, having set the stage for others to emulate if they are to operate an open, accountable, and transparent government. I wish to place it on record that, in compliance with my directives during the presentation of the budget 2013 to this Honorable House, that the final accounts of the previous year be prepared and made ready for auditing within the 6 months of the incoming year. The Minister of Finance is able to produce same by April 2013. That is within 4 months. The Ministry has further given assurances that it will produce the final accounts of the subsequent years by January each year, by ensuring state accounts to be real time. While commending the Minister of Finance for achieving this feat, we shall in the 2014 fiscal year provide enough funds to enable it network operations of all accounts, departments in the ministries, departments and organizations with the main server in the finance headquarters. We will also provide funds for the purchase of computers, small generators, as well as training and retraining of all account staff, leading to the realization of the ideas of IFAS, inshallah. In order to consolidate on our gains, the Minister of Finance will continue to be strengthened and repositioned to give emphasis on collection of internally generated revenue, as imminent danger remains in view of the observed ineducative militating against our effort to enhance revenue allocation collection. New measures that will come on board in our drive to boost internal revenue include: 1. Upward review of taxes, fees, and licenses. B. Reorganization of the Board of Internal Revenue to make it responsive and sensitive to the numerous demands on revenue generation. 3. Enactment of the enabling legislation on tax and related matters. Provision of working materials, including computerization and networking of all activities of the board to conform to modernity, among others. Furthermore, the board is hereby charged to ensure that all revenues are collected and remitted through direct bank lodgements so as to check pilferages and on-transit cash losses. We will also continue to pursue an expenditure based on principles of value for money in a transparent manner and based on financial rules and regulations. We will also continue to take further steps that will maximize our internally generated revenue base as well as its collection. Similarly, we will continue to explore more avenues aimed at harnessing all our solid minerals, tourism and agricultural potentialities to wow investors in order to position Yobe among investors, states and movers of economic development in the country. This is in conformity with the resolutions reached during the second Northeast Economic Summit organized by the 6th Northeastern Government held recently in Gombe. Audit Department. I wish to reiterate that our administration will continue to inculcate the spirit of accountability and ensure effective monitoring and auditing mechanisms at all levels in the state. It is for this reason that the government has established internal audit units in all ministries, departments and agencies in the state. This is in addition to the vital role played by the Office of the State and Local Government Auditors General in ensuring that full accountability, probity and prudence are maintained at all times in the execution of government policies and programs. I am happy to note that in keeping with our directives, the Office of the State Auditor General is living up to our expectations, culminating in the production of annual reports up to the year 2012. For this and other reform initiatives introduced by that office, I find it expedient to commend the efforts of the Auditor General, management and staff of the State Audit Department for the achievements recorded and ask them not to relent in their efforts of ensuring compliance with financial and store regulations. We have, however, noted with dismay non-compliance with audit queries by some ministries, departments, and agencies. This situation has adversely affected work on compilation of annual audited accounts of government. I wish to say that such acts will no longer be tolerated and stiffer disciplinary action will be taken against any officer who is found to show dereliction to duty. In our resolute determination to realize the desired objectives, Office of the Head of Service, in conjunction with the Minister of Finance, are hereby directed to organize